Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Our fearless leader, Rob, will be starting in about 5 minutes. Welcome to this wonderful new venue. I am just speaking to make sure that miingl will make its way through. Are we testing okay, buddy? All picked up? Okay, awesome. Thank you. Test, test, test.
All righty. Test, test, test. I'm going to turn up the mic, my low voice. Test, 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 test. Test, test, test. Hello, hello. All righty. We're going to get started here. Come find a seat. Come get some coffee. Thanks, Haas. I don't like to yell. Good morning. We have more around. I think people can Come up front. Don't be scared. We have a little bit more space here. You don't have to be scared. Got chairs along the sides and in the back. Feel free to grab one and pull it over. There's a couple of tables. We're still figuring out the setup, so we're open to suggestions if you have some. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Welcome to the new space. Yeah, it's different, right? I miss the old space. I'm pumped about the new space, so that's how I feel. All the natural light. What a cool space. Parking. I got to plug in my car this morning. I don't know. This is the part of Salt Lake that I love. Is that being downtown. Like, this is a good example. It's like when I'm downtown in spaces like this, sunny day, the trees are blooming, right? It's like, man. So I don't know. I'm feeling pretty pumped today. So thanks for being here. Who is it their first time to 1 Million Cups this morning? Welcome. Thanks for being here. My name is Robert, and I have been helping put on 1 Million Cups for the last decade or so. We've been in lots of different places around Salt Lake. Some of them have been my places, but a lot of them have been other people's places. So we couldn't do it without our sponsors, and most importantly, our space sponsor. So let's give it up to our space sponsor, Cucina Toscana. Oh. So for me, Oz is feeling really stressed about 2-hour parking. So he wants to remind everybody that there's 2-hour parking. I parked in 2-hour parking. I give two shits. We'll probably be there for 3 hours or more, and probably won't get a ticket. Another good thing about Salt Lake, I can't promise I won't get a ticket, but I'm a risk taker, so like I feel pretty good about it. I wouldn't worry too much. As long as you parked legally, you should be fine. But if you were nervous or feeling anxious about it and don't want a ticket, then set your alarm and remember to go move it. Or nothing wrong with that. Okay. So Ken was here. I think he's moving some chairs. Seems like we had a few people filter in, and we're feeling stressed about chairs. So thanks for moving a few more. So two of my good friends, when I was looking for a new space, Anthony over at Underbelly, they had a really cool opportunity to lease out their space to another growing friend and company. That's a beautiful part of Salt Lake is lots of people know each other. Everybody's trying to do good. So good news for them is their space is full. Bad news for us is we had to find new space. And I was really dragging my feet to find new space because I didn't want to, mostly. I like the space, and I wanted to give Earl a hard time about kicking me out. But besides that, I was just I didn't know what the right space was. So I started to try to get my head around it. And I didn't have to try very hard because I start sharing it with friends. And our friend Joel and Ken said, bro, we're right across the street. We have all the space. Come use it. That's what we're here for. So these two gentlemen are the ones that offered the space and have us here. So I want to give them a minute to tell you a little bit about what they're up to in the space. So let's give them one more round of applause.
Number one, and I know that Rob doesn't necessarily like my softballs, he's been doing this for 10 years. 10 years he's been contributing to the entrepreneurial and small business ecosystem for Utah. I think he deserves a big hand for keeping that going. And with this space, and Ken, our gracious host here with Cucinas Toscanos, this space that we have here is now something that we can talk about having SBIR being able to come have meetings here if they need to. Some of the different user groups, the neurodiverse chapter of Silicon Slopes, that type of thing, that can use this beautiful space. You basically are looking at the 3 people that can work with you for what those options are. And my challenge is that we have 2 community events on evenings that don't have a problem with what's going on here at Cucina Toscanos, with the benefit being all of you in this beautiful space. So thank you for supporting 1 Million Cups, and I'll hand it off graciously to Mr. Ken Rivera.
Well, welcome everyone. So welcome everyone. So we do have this space. We also have a main dining room. We're open every night from 5 to 9:30 in there. And then we have 2 other spaces on the other end of the building. This is a great building. It's a Firestone building. We also have an entire basement, and there's some other people in building here as well. Building actually is going to be 100 years old coming up here this next year. And they used to make tires here. You're actually standing where they used to drive cars through. Gas pumps were right here. So it's got some great history to it. Actually, when I was in college, Bill and I used to hang out upstairs when it was sort of dumpy up there. It's quite nice now. But welcome. Please come join us here. Come for dinner. Anything we can do function-wise or anything else, please get hold of us, and we'll help make arrangements for that. So,
One MC, baby. Thank you.
you bet. Welcome to your new home. It's great.
What's the best way for folks to reach out if they had an event or wanted to do something or come in?
There'll be some QR codes and some things up in the windows here shortly, but you can just go to the website, just Cucina Toscana, and look us up. Just an Italian restaurant. Salt Lake. Walter was here for a number of years. He left and went and started his place a while back. Passed away actually in 2022. But great job, and quite frankly, we're still running off of his coattails of some of the things that we're doing here and did while he was here. So it's a great tribute. Ken Murdoch is actually the owner of the restaurant, and
One last thing. Please give credit to everything that Ken Rivera has done with the entrepreneurial community. He's worked with myself. He's worked with Robert Bell. He believes in this approach that we have from a community standpoint to benefit entrepreneurs and small businesses. So kudos to him as well.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. All right. So presenters today are from the Wiley community. So Felicia and the Utah Global Diplomacy have had some fellows joining us here from South America and the Caribbean, and I don't think anybody from Canada, but they're on the list of people that can come. Any Canadians this time? Oh. This is like little Canada down here, so they should have come. So we have two presentations. So Louise is presenting, and I've got his up, and then Carla as well. I didn't see. Oh, you made it. Good. I didn't see her earlier, so I'm glad she's here. Just a quick few things. If you're new, our general community guidelines are pretty straightforward. You can read them. The ones I highlight generally is be kind. Not always easy to do. I think sometimes instead of asking a hard question, people stay quiet. So know that it's okay to ask hard questions. We're still figuring stuff out. Can everybody see it? Is it helping? I know it glares a little bit too. So be kind. If you're having a hard time, you can whisper the question to me and I'll figure out how to say it. Or you can practice and I'll boo you when you're hard on people. Take turns. Sometimes we get really excited about asking a bunch of questions. So follow-up questions are allowed, but let's give a little space and I'll come back to you. And then we have some folks online joining us. So we got this fancy camera. Jake from miingl has been running the show and the camera. So if you don't speak into the mic, the people online can't hear us. And running hybrid events is hard enough. Jake, any idea how many hybrid folks we got joining this morning? He's trying to get coffee. All right, 4 or 5. So it's pretty cool. So besides that, we have a coffee sponsor. A good friend of mine runs V School, a local coding education program. They do all sorts of stuff. They used to have in-person and house students here pre-COVID, and they had apartment buildings and all sorts of stuff. Now they've gone online. We've partnered on all sorts of things like You Belong in Tech. We gave away $20,000 to women to help scholarship them and get them involved in tech last year together. He's doing all sorts of stuff. He's at a Black Chamber event this morning, so he said he couldn't be here, but he'll be here next week, and he is our April coffee sponsor. So virtual round of applause for him. We're at our new spot, so you found it. And just one more shout out. If you haven't seen miingl, that's how you spell the name. They've got a product on Product Hunt. You can get a free trial. It's super cool. So Jake, thanks for making the miingl and the hybrid happen. We appreciate you, my guy. I will get some presentation set up, but while I'm doing that, Luis, we'll have you go first just because I was ready for you. But while I'm pulling up the presentation, one thing I like to do that we started doing around COVID is celebrating and complaining. So this is a moment just to check in with folks. Sometimes really cool things happen and we don't share them with anybody, especially as solopreneurs. Sometimes we're running up into something that's really hard and maybe could use a little help. The folks that stand up here usually get help from all of us, but that doesn't mean if you're not struggling with something, you can't, or just share it so people get going up against something tough. So anybody have any celebrations or complaints to make this morning? I always advocate for complaints. I know nobody takes me up on them.
All of you people in our house, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Really glad you guys could join us.
I help facilitate while I close the presentation.
Who's next?
So I just wanted to celebrate that we had our best month last month. We had over 200 signups and we're growing. So
Who's next? Complaints? Celebrations?
All right, I got a little combo platter. I do on-site chiropractic work, and I spoke with Brighton Ski Resort and Solitude Ski Resort the other day. They're running it up the ladder to help treat all the employees around there, which I'm pretty excited about. Hopefully that'll become a thing around there. Complaint is that it's a slow process, and I would love to be able to speed it up a little bit. So yeah, celebration in a little.
You'll be ready for next season. Who's next? Who's next? Come on. That's it? All right. Up front.
Hey, all. I'm Brandon Yeager, and I had a really fun time with it. It's kind of a shout out to Andrew. He does incredible video photography last week, and it was really awesome. So if you need some videos, reels, things like that, video is kind of a thing now. If you're not doing it, if you didn't know. So thank you.
Awesome.
Are we ready to go? Anyone else? You sure can. All right, Raphael.
You've been nominated, Raphael.
Lay it on us. Tell us something good.
Hello, people. I'd like to celebrate two things. The most exciting one is that I got a partnership with Utah Symphony, and they want to interview me with deaf people around because I have a cell phone application that translates music into vibrations in the cell phone. So I'm celebrating that Friday will be my interview with them. And my second celebration is that yesterday was my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
All right, Robert.
And this is why we celebrate and complain, right? It's really easy to be here in a group and forget about some of this big stuff, right? Like, this is some pretty big stuff. Like, fight for a long time to get in or get a contract or have your best month. And again, like, I think a lot of people, sometimes it feels heavy to share complaints, but sometimes we're facing really hard stuff. And it's hard. Like, I know my friend Tim and I, we've been trying to save a company that is not going to make it. We either have to put like $4 million into it next week, or it's not going to happen. And it's a lot of money to pull together in a week. So other people are probably going through stuff, right? So like, it's okay to share that stuff too. But also, it's really important to celebrate. So congrats, and thanks for opening up and sharing. And this is how it works. So let's transition. Luis is going to come share a little bit about his sustainable and smart refrigeration company. He was telling me about it. I got pretty pumped. I said, you got to get up in front and tell everybody else about it. So let's give Luis a big round of applause.
Morning. So my name is Luis Felipe Guerra. I'm a founder of Atimus on Polos, and we work with sustainable and smart refrigeration. So we are here to solve this big problem. Brazil has the second most expensive energy in the world. And in the last 12 months, our electricity bill rose 9.34%. And this is why we developed our first technology. Our first technology is this. So this hardware here is a real-time energy management, and we can provide to our clients real energy consumption, variation alert, AI to predict electricity bill, power quality alert, and efficiency analysis of solar systems and machines. With this technology here, we provide insights to our clients to manage their own electricity bill. And for our operation, we discover a lot of more information about the energy consumption for our clients. And this is why we focus on small and medium enterprises. So with the small and medium enterprises, we discovered that the energy bill is the second highest monthly cost on their operations. And more, the commercial refrigeration corresponds to around 50% of the energy bill. And this is why we focus and we develop our second technology, that is the main technology now, to provide actively the energy consumption reduction. So our solution is plug and play, and this is the other technology. So this one here, there's another device. We plug and play and the refrigerator controller, and we automated send alerts for their function, and we remote control their main functions, and we have customized algorithms to reduce the energy consumption actively. So what our clients are saying right now about our technology, they are able to reduce the cost and to contribute to the planet too. So this client here, he's a huge brand of supermarkets in Brazil, and they pay monthly $280 for this technology every month. And they have, this is how they see the alerts came into the WhatsApp group. So when the temperature is different, they receive one alert. So look at your cold chamber, it's something happened there. And here it was their electricity bill, so $12,000 a month with the electricity bill. They have 4 cold chambers that are chilled, 2 cold chambers that are frozen. So the cold chamber is a refrigerator that is huge, like this size here. And monthly, they are saving 5% of their electricity bill, that is close to $600. And every month, they are not emitting 500 kilograms of CO2 in the atmosphere with our technology. So why we are different? So look into the competition map, and that is Energy Tech's focus on developing B2B solutions. Reducing the cost of the electricity bill is just a part of our business, because we reduce not only the cost, we reduce the kilowatt hour consumption too. Managing the temperature is not enough. So look at the temperature is not enough. We are now able to control the machine to reduce the consumption too, and to send the remote control. And we have the property of hardware and software technology. This is why we are different. And how we want to grow our technology, how we want to spread our solution around the world. Building strategic partnership with companies from refrigerator maintenance, quality of refrigerated products, and refrigerator manufacturers. So all these companies will help us to achieve this size of market. We saw that our market, our global refrigeration market, is huge. So it's $156 billion every year that our market expand with cold chambers. $3.6 billion in Brazil, with 1.5 million companies that have cold chambers on their operation. And in my city, the capital of Brazil, we have 38,000 companies. That is a market with $51.6 billion. So how we are able to do this? We have a team with a background with electrical engineer and computer science, with a complementary team. And this is our investors, some of our investors, the most important ones. So the first one is André. André is the founder and CEO of Cotidiano. It's one of the biggest accelerator programs in Brazil. And Evanildo and Duda, they were our first investors, angel investors, that invested in our operation $100,000 in our first round. And André, Carlos, and Marcio, our last fundraise, that was $400,000. So our important milestones. So we raised this $400,000 in July of 2022, and we were accelerated by Ambev, that is a company inside AB InBev. It's a huge beer company in Brazil. We started with early adopters in the final of 2022, and the last quarter of 2022, we implement our first proof of concept with Ambev in São Paulo, in the different states in Brazil. And we have our first sales in our city, in Brasília, in the capital. So in the first quarter of 2023, we have our first monthly recurring revenue that was $1,000 every month. And our view on technology and some first success cases. With these success cases, we start to grow. In the second quarter, 13 clients with 2.2 thousand with our monthly recurring revenue. First clients with average ticket price above $200 every month. So supermarkets, little small industries too. And we ended our year with 50 clients, 7.2 of our monthly recurring revenue with a sales machine to small and medium enterprises. Good. So what is now our growth and scale plan? So we are projecting an average monthly growth of our monthly recurring revenue between 15 and 20% because we have partnerships and our sales machine working really good. Invest in strategic partnership for distribution. Our main metric is now average ticket price 260. Our customer acquisition cost 240, and our lifetime value is $3,000. So the minimum time that our clients stay with us is 12 months. So we are planning now to end our year with 300 clients and grow with this. And this is our projection with our new partnerships. So we are now raising $500,000 with a pre-money evaluation cap with $1 million to use this to have a runway in 12 months to achieve these goals. Reach the market of 300 contracts. Our monthly recurring revenue $78 every month. Develop our own artificial intelligence and invest in strategic partnership to scale. So really thank you for your time. We are Polos, a sustainable and smart refrigeration guided by data intelligence. This here is our QR code to see how our demo, how our clients use our technology to monitorize their cold chambers. Thank you so much.
All right. That was great. Thanks a lot for sharing that.
Thank you.
It's pretty exciting. I actually know the CEO of one of your competitors, so
Ooh.
but it could be an opportunity for a collaboration. So we can talk about
It's
that.
Axiom Cloud. It's from here, Axiom Cloud.
They're not in Salt Lake. They're in San Fran.
Yeah,
but,
it's
Watt IQ.
Yeah, cool.
Great presentation, very ambitious, and
Thank you.
you're covering a lot of bases. Have you approached the home building and MDU market as an as-built addition to these construction projects? So with what you're doing with your service, to actually approach that as a benefit part of the build?
Like a beauty construction, like construction companies.
Yeah, let's say it's a home builder. They're putting up 200 homes, and their homes are made smart, and they're made into a way that they're energy compliant by, in essence, having what you offer as an option or something that's simply in their build.
Good question. Our ICP is small and medium enterprises. So it's restaurants. We start, actually, our first client was Cucina Italiana in Brazil too. So yeah, it was when I came to here, it's what like I really have to be here because my first client was Italian, and we started with restaurants, and now we are growing our average ticket price to supermarkets because they have cold chambers. We can do this for refrigerators. But they expend less energy than cold chambers. So cold chambers are a huge impact on their operation. This is why we are going to the small business, not to homes. But was our strategy using the smart meter, the energy smart meter to manage the energy. But now we want to control, to reduce actively the consumption.
Bigger ROI. Who's next?
You say small and medium, why not large? And have you spoken to Americold Logistics?
medical logistics. Cool. So why not medium and large? Good. So we start testing our technology in small. So the small have this problem because they don't have the access to this kind of technology. So it's expensive in Brazil. So they prefer to invest to pay for the service. So the technician go to the cold chamber and press the button and fix the problem. But now we are access this technology for this operation, so they are able to reduce the energy and use the technology in like an advantage to not use people, a technician, to not depend on people. So why not large? We are going to the large companies now. It's not too easy because the sales cycle is a little bit more. It's huge. So with supermarkets, the average is between 6 months to 9 months negotiating. So now we are having good success cases with supermarkets. So we are able now to attend to serve for these huge brands of supermarkets like Walmart, like Carrefour. We have a huge brands in Brazil too. And now we are able to attend, but at the beginning, like 6 months ago, with this technology, it was like a challenge to have a meeting with these people. So we started negotiating, and now with the success cases, we are able to have a negotiation. And this is why I'm here, to understand the needs of brands, of supermarkets here in Europe and Africa, because I know the problem is the same. They want the technology and they want to reduce the electricity bill.
Excuse me. So, once upon a time, I actually ran a kitchen cleaning equipment company.
Good.
And so Walmart, Cracker Barrel, Sam's Club, and all your retailers and also school systems run a huge amount of cold refrigerant units. We can talk offline, but there is one organization that you can actually access that will grant you access to most of the platforms you're looking for.
Cool. Thank you. So this is why now we are investing in partnership with companies that make the maintenance of their companies, because it's easy to not negotiate with each supermarket brand because these maintenance companies already have the supermarkets, this franchise companies. So it will be easier to reach these people using this partnership between this strategy to grow. So really thank you for this connection.
Okay, we might have time for one more question. All right, one more question. Then we're going to ask you what ask you have for us.
Okay.
Hi, I used to work for the Department of Energy, and one of the things we worked on was regulations for like refrigeration. And I was just wondering if you've looked into trying to get the Brazilian government on board with making this a required add-on to any of the refrigeration systems.
Good. So can you ask again your question? I think I didn't get it.
So in the United States, for our Department of Energy, there are a lot of regulations that has a minimum efficiency requirement for refrigeration.
Mm-hmm.
Is there some sort of equivalent in Brazil where this could be a required add-on for refrigeration systems?
Good question. So we have some kind of certification, and I was talking about this with Andre. That is my partner here, receiving me in this this exchange program. We have certification there, but not for cold chambers, not the commercial refrigeration. We have 2 air conditioners. So this, not yet. So this is the point. That's why I put in my presentation. So maintenance companies, quality, with quality, we have another opportunity, because inside the refrigerator, they have the products and they are losing. So they don't want to lose the products. So, and the last one was the refrigerator manufacturers. So once I implement this technology, they already will be built with our technology. So this is a good strategy too. Thank you.
Good, excellent question. So the last question is a question for you. How can we, the community, help you as you're pursuing this? You're in the U.S., you're getting feedback from the group here. What is an ask that you can ask of the community where we can help make a difference in what you're doing?
Thank you. So I think it's 2 points. That's why I'm here. First, like have mentors here that want to invest in Latin America. I really want to understand how they do the business, how they want to invest, how is their strategy. So I want to be mentored by these people to understand how to approach with investors here in the United States. So it's the first one. The second one, I'm looking for partnership maintenance companies that have this. They want to grow and they want a technology in their bag. So my technology can be a new asset for their growth. So I want to interview these companies to understand if my technology is needed from him.
Great. All right, everybody hear that? If anybody wants to be a mentor or has some connections, contact Luis.
Thank you.
So, thanks for the presentation. Round of applause. So, as Robert likes to say, this is a magic cup. It keeps magically things hot or cold, depending on what your preference is. So, when you present at 1MC, you get one of these magic cups, and you get to use that in whatever setting you want to use it. So, thank you for coming and presenting, Luis, and best of luck as you're going forward. Yeah. Robert, yeah.
Hello, good morning, everybody. My name is Carla Calderon, and this is my project Pacucha. So, there's something about me. So, yes, my name is Carla Calderon. I am from Peru. I was born in Ica. And also, I would like to share that something about, for example, my career. I am marine biology. And also, I have two masters. One of these was in marine ecology and management projects. And also, now I am focused on working in Peru with conservation and restoration ecosystem. And also in seaweed, specifically in seaweed now, I'm working with communities that also harvest this resource in Peruvian coast. Also, other skill that I have, I am barista coffee, I am vegan pastry chef. So this is one picture about maybe one activity that we are doing now in Peru. So just I would like to talk about pacucha. So what about pacucha? Pacucha is a plant-based and seaweed pastry concept that use Peruvian products and ingredients from the sea and the land. So this is the name also. Pacucha is the main native language in Quechua. For us is Pacuisi, Pacha is land. So this fusion is for us have makes sense because in our concept the way how we can also elaborate different products we think that we can fusion this kind of products from sea and the land. So this is for us is very important, and also we are inspiring about Peruvian biodiversity products. That is amazing. So, what is the problem? This business started 3 years ago, maybe during pandemic. So, in the first point, that was, and scientific beginning, I am marine biology. So, the first point is that seaweed, for example, Peru is one of the countries that have high volume and also level of extraction around the world in seaweed. I mean, for example, different kind of species Peruvian seaweed. So this is maybe in the ranking number 5 around the world, following China, maybe in this way. So, but the problem is that the price that Peruvian have about this volume in exportation is so low because the way that how exportation this product is like the basic way. I mean, just dry and then cut in small pieces and go, other countries. So we don't have any aggregate value over this resource, and also the price is so low. I mean, there are many communities that are now working extraction and harvest this product and need to have high level of extraction. Also, for us, it's known as a sustainable practice. If you can see, it's consistent way and the ocean health, because there are maybe one activity that's not good for and everything. Maybe we are thinking in the future. And the other point is that fisheries is increases. I know. Maybe it's a problem just in Peru. Maybe it's around the world. The fisheries now in January is decreasing because the over maybe the pollution, the climate change. There are many factors that the people are looking now which will be the next resource, no? And they mean the overexploitate. In Peru, for example, the point that is happening that many fishermen they are looking new resource, and now there are many fishermen they are looking at put, and also they are looking and say seaweed because seaweed have more rentability, accessibility, everything is can be maybe dynamic this market. But the point is that maybe so we need to have control how will be the future about seaweed in Peru because how I say in the beginning the extraction is so high now. And the last point so was a low level innovation. So we know that in Peru we need to also to think the different way. I mean to think about how we can transform this product in different alternative, maybe like a superfood or maybe strike proteins. Everything alternative that we need to elevate this value in the market is just no sport in basic ways, like a dry and also in small pieces. So in this way, why seaweed? Maybe it's another point that I would like to share with you. Seaweed for us is an amazing alternative for nutrition because the Peruvian seaweed, specific Conchodracato chamitzoi, is a popular seaweed that we have in Peru. It's a seaweed that have, for example, high level of proteins. Like for example, if you eat 200 grams of seaweed, you can get 30 grams of proteins. I think it's a good alternative for that looking new alternatives and also um, improve the quality of other alternatives of proteins. If you are vegan or vegetarian, also is a good alternative. And also have 0 calories, 0 carbohydrates, and also high level of fiber. I mean, it's an amazing alternative. Other point is that also seaweed promotes is one resource considering the blue carbon. I mean, this species tends to catch the carbon, in the environment and also clean the ocean. Also support communities that I said at the beginning. There are many communities that are not living. Also the economy, their economy depend on this resource, and they also climate change. In the future, we know that in our ocean will be more warm. So one of the species that have more resilience are seaweed. So maybe the future is a good alternative focus on seaweed because for us seaweed is our products. So what is our solution? So we decide to transform seaweed in different ways. For example, this is two alternatives of flour that we have in seaweed. And also we use this product to elaborate different kinds of products in pakucha, like a bread, cake, cinnamon roll, kombucha, pie, and so more products that don't have all the picture here. But yes, we are deciding that we're thinking to how we can transform this product in different alternatives and also improve our health and put in the market and also focus on a new alternative our health and also to have wide the quality of proteins that we have now. So also how are the next step? Maybe Pakucha now we are in the process. We are in the product testing because we are looking for new maybe collaborations and also companies that are really interested to include kombucha inside. So I mean, for example, for us, very interested in one superfood, like I have, for example, spirulina, matcha, coca, and also seaweed. I think for me it's amazing, it's alternative. And also we are looking have some collaboration with communities that are working with chocolate in Peruvian Amazon and how we can, do a mix with the fish between seaweed and chocolate in new presentation maybe. So our challenges because we know that we don't have maybe nothing result now, but our first challenge for us is to have to improve and also increase the consumption habits. I know that everybody knows I don't exactly here in this space tends to eat seaweed. I don't know. It's a maybe a good question. Another point is legislation. Peruvian legislation is maybe so hard because now looking so new markets and new target public that are really interested to try to test these products and also investment for large scale production. No? In my case, for example, in Peru now we are working for establishment a new agreement with a company that will produce kombucha seaweed. But the volume is like a 1,000 or 2,000 or millions bottles. The production and the business needs to be also high at the same time. So this is our also team. We have different background in the team. We are like a 5 person. We are in the team now. Each year we are increasing. We are increasing members. So that is all for me. You can find me in social media, Instagram and Facebook.
Thank you. All right. Excellent. Excellent presentation. Who's going to start? Starting with comments and questions here.
Thank you very much for that presentation. I would actually like to know how many people here eat seaweed. By raise of hands.
Oh, really? There are many people.
Okay, that's a lot of people. One of your first challenges is consumption habits. So, how are you going to educate people to eat seaweed?
Yeah, this is this point. Also, in Peru, we are discussing about this because there are many ways that sushi, maki, these are the popular way that people buy. It's a nori, it's other species. But I think that maybe we are thinking to do like some courses, workshop in different places to collaborate with some universities or to improve the quality of the proteins or how we can increase or how we can not to do it or we can receive in your in the diet. No, I mean consumption that you have. I think this is one way that we can also look this partnership, no, the faces and how we can improve this message, no, or why also message this point.
Thank you for that wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
What are some of the health benefits of putting seaweed in our foods, and will my bread be green?
For example, yeah. For example, we are also doing some different research in Peru about the seaweed, and the main is the protein. So for us, it's very interesting to talk about that. We don't also depend of the protein that come from the animals, I mean, and also to have this kind of way to diversify your diet is a good option for us. And also there are other like components like similar to collagen, collagen. I don't know his name.
Collagen?
Collagen,
Collagen.
yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's carrageenina is other component that have seaweed that have maybe a similar alternative. Like you can also have like a one product, maybe in the future like a plant-based collagen. Yeah, it's a good option. I think they have two potential.
How many grams of seaweed are in like a piece of bread? Because it's 200 grams for 30 grams of protein.
Yeah.
200 grams of seaweed is a lot of seaweed. So how many grams of seaweed would be in a normal pastry or bread?
Yeah, for example, for bread, you use like a 10 grams, 10 grams, yes. Because we need to balance. Is you use a lot.
You don't want
maybe
to taste like
the
seaweed.
bread by kombucha also.
So there are two companies I know specifically coming out of Japan. One being Sakura, the other one is Moksu, and they basically just do like a subscription box for Japanese snacks. So I was curious if you've thought about partnering with other people in Peru to come up with a similar subscription box model. That way, you increase monthly recurring revenue, and you have more ways for people to be able to try the products.
Yeah, interesting. But also, I would like to know that, for example, for us, we are really, really, I mean, combine that we the effort to about working with our Peruvian legislation because sport, our Peruvian seaweed, is not as easy. But for us, it's very important to identify this kind of market, like for example, brand, the other point that really interesting to test with our products because for us it's a first step maybe because Peruvian, that our astronomy is really rich in Peru, so it's also demands a lot of kind of flavors. So I think it's very interesting to try to test with kind of restaurant, Japan restaurant. Yes, I just
That's a good idea. Because people then they're part of it. They become it becomes part of their routine.
So there's a company that came out of Park City called Kachul or something like that. They're a protein from grasshoppers. I don't know the guys, but I think some people do. I think it would be a good conversation to meet with him because he has the same problem you guys are going to face. Basically, you're going to go from a product company to a manufacturer of the flour itself, and that's what they did. They went from a product company, which was like an energy bar, Now they're the I think they're the largest grasshopper protein company in the world. Oh, so yeah, but you can. I think they would be a really great conversation.
Wow, amazing. Yeah, definitely.
Maybe they can come get the box elder bugs from my house and grind those up. Sorry, what were you? Did you have anything more to say to that? Okay, I interrupted. That was pretty rude. There's one back here, and then we'll come back front. Okay. Lots of box elder bugs at my house.
Great presentation. Have you ever thought about getting into the supplement industry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we are looking also in this industry and how we can, to add difference in other products that now is working also in the market.
Okay,
Yes.
because there's a lot of clients that I work with that they're launching their own products, and a lot of the supplements have seaweed in them. I don't know if that's the main ingredient, but it's, as you said, it's fantastic for detox. So it could be a good collaboration there.
Thank you.
Yes. Get your-
Does the flour in its dried form smell like fish, smell like seaweed?
Oh no, no, don't have smell because of the process. Because the process is not exactly it's to clean like 8 times, and then dry, and then clean again. So the process where you get, for example, in the planet, uh, in this way, don't have this smell. But we have other also product that have like this difference. I mean, the name is like quick is one way that we use like a just have the flavor. So for example, when I decide to do, for example, cake or maybe brownies, some other we use different kind of flavor. But when trying to do, for example, bread, we use the other that have like a smell and also salt. Yes, we use different.
Yeah, I think the biggest limitation for for the consumption patterns of people is their predisposition for thinking that it might taste like fish, might smell like fish, might have that sushi-esque type of essence to it. That'd be the biggest.
Yeah, it's a good point.
JMS.
John, are you one of her mentors? Who are her mentors that are in the
I
room?
know it's here. It's Felicia, but so I don't have mentor here.
Felicia, there is a clean tech and agri-tech conference in St. George on the 16th, 17th, and 18th of this month. If there was ever an opportunity for her to be able to get in front of some potential partners from a development of the product and even investors, I'd find a way to get her down there and stay in contact with me, and I can have Paul, who's the organizer at Utah Tech, with that if you're interested in her or others that are doing anything with food. It'd be a really good time because it's popping.
My biggest question is lots of cool stuff. What's your biggest challenge? Like what feels the hardest about your business and where you're at? Because it seems like you've done a lot of good stuff. Is it fundraising and manufacturing? Like where are you feeling stuck and like what's your biggest challenge?
Yeah, I think that our challenge, for example, we have difference, and maybe the big are the for example, the first is for us is scaling. I mean, that now we have also the production is very artisanal. So we went, for example, to various events. So every when we identify any opportunity for to also to transmit or promote our construction. But the point is, we have a limit in Peru. For example, there are many people that are following in social media, say, "Oh, amazing! I really like this. See, which is amazing innovation." But it's our top. We need to also to find our target, maybe a perfect market that are really interesting. Okay, yeah, okay. This market is okay. It's here. Maybe Peru now, the education, how we say the beginning, the lady, is you need to improve a lot education. This maybe it take for us maybe 1 year, 2 years. We are in the process. But the other challenge for us is also how we can maybe Peruvian legislation allow us to export sport. Yes, we need to work in this. Yeah.
Hey, Rob, one question. Just wanted to let you know, unfortunately, there's disasters and wars all over the world. The UN actually is always looking, and also non-governmental organizations are always looking for easy, compact, nutritional bars. You keep hearing bars over and over again. And we can chat offline, but the UN is possibly one of your biggest, or the non-geos of the world, potential customers.
It was the question it was is you are looking sorry.
To invite you to look at the UN and other non-government organization need for high nutritional foods for like the Palestinians or people from earthquakes and things like that. So by having high nutrient dense food, they're easier to transport, provide nutrition to individual quicker, and they can have more food supplement in the space allotted for transport.
Yeah, definitely. This is a 4 point also we're challenging. For us, for example, we are like a team. In my case, we are really open to have this really strong collaboration with Labs also to to open this way to have more facilitate this alternative of how we can locate it. Because for us, United States is a market that we don't have location here. At the same time, have many regulation because here is the regulation is more strict, I guess, in general in United States. So we are looking also for this kind of partnership that help us so how we can maybe fix our product for to enter this market. And yes, for us it's very interesting that the way also to have mentor. And, if you have anyone here that really want to know to add any value, any advice about how we can maybe prepare for the product. Thank you.
So I have a question about how you're getting the information out there, because I'd like to see blog posts, social media of recipes of how we can use this flour. Is it a one-to-one replacement of flour? Is there an adjustment that needs to be made? And just have a community build around, I love this recipe and I made this change to it to incorporate the seaweed.
Yeah, exactly. The way that we are connect with our community is by per person. I mean, that is we went to events, social events, communities events also, fairs, so festivals. There are different alternatives. We have some in social media. We have some videos about the importance of seaweed, in special sustainable ocean cleaning, so pollution. That how we can also see we can help the health ocean in general. We are looking in this way because the people don't have now connection with the products. We have also in mind to share with the future. We also receive in our social media. Yes, definitely. But yes, this way.
Great. You guys can keep asking questions after. Carla's going to be around for a while, so hunt her down if you have some questions or some feedback or mentorship ideas. So the last question is for you, Carla. What can this community do? If you have an ask for us, what can we do? Can we connect you to someone? Can we make an introduction? Can we help review something? What is something that we can help you with?
Yeah, exactly. Now, honestly, I am looking for people that help me to connect with others that are really looking and also working in this industry. I mean, superfood, supplements, proteins. I really love to have this connection with people that are living in Utah and also have like maybe like a companies that are focusing this. And also maybe advice about how we can maybe the best way or alternative that we can fix a new product, maybe like a bars, like a community that are looking in the products. There's something like I need advice. And also if there's some one person here that have also offer mentorship. I really love it. Have this opportunity to collaborate also with.
All right, everybody hear that? Connect with Carla after the fact. Sounds like getting connected with the cricket people or whatever bug they're using these days. I mean, they're the point that they're sort of addressing some similar challenges, getting adoption, educating people, creating recipes. All of that I think is important for creating some momentum. So, with that being said, this is our 1 Million Cups cup that now you have earned. And it allows you to keep things hot or cold depending on what your preference is. So we appreciate you coming and presenting. Super cool, great product, excellent business. thank you for coming. Let's give Carla a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you for advice. Thank you for the question.
So the final note is first time in this space, so let's be good citizens and we can help clean up stacked chairs. Robert, where do we go when we stack? Did we leave them in piles or? Okay. And we don't really have a restriction on time. I mean, you can't stay here all day, but certainly we don't have to get out by a certain time. So feel free to mingle, make some new friends. Before you leave, meet somebody that you haven't met before, introduce yourself, exchange names. That's the purpose of this whole environment. So enjoy yourself. Thanks for coming. Great new space. Thanks, guys, and Cochina's kind of for this is cool. I mean, you look out and see this sunshine coming, spring sunshine in Utah. Like it doesn't really get much